Welcome back to the channel, everyone. In today's video, the dry start in the 45U Iwagumi is complete, which means it's time to get this thing flooded and all set up for fish. Now normally with a dry start, it takes around 3 to 4 weeks for the roots to really establish themselves. But for some reason, this tank's timeline was on speed mode or something, because I've looked in all corners where the dwarf hairgrass was up against the glass and all the roots are perfectly formed, which tells me that this tank is ready to be flooded now. All right, now before we get excited and flood the tank, I wanted to do a quick overview of all the equipment I'm running, because there's actually quite a lot going into this little tank. So let's go through that really quick. So you'll see with the stand, it's actually perfectly fitted to the 45U. I believe the exact title of this stand is the AquaWorks 45C. There's a sweet little handle here on the edge. And inside this cabinet, there are 2 shelves. There's one on the bottom, one on the top. I've got the UNS Delta 30 canister filter running on this one. I believe the max flow rate on that is around 120 gallons an hour. So this being a 9-gallon tank, it'll have plenty of circulation. Now, if we move in a little closer, I'm actually gonna be running inline CO2. So this is the Canvy inline CO2 diffuser from Boost Plant, sitting right here, connected to the outflow of the UNS canister. All right, and last but not least, we will talk about the light. We are gonna be using the Twin Star C line on this setup. It does have the adjustable legs, but I've found that the C line is actually perfectly fitted to the UNS 45U. So we don't have to worry about that at all. So let's see here. We talked about the filtration, the light, the tank, the stand. I don't think there's anything else to cover here. So something I will be doing before firing up this new filter is adding some mature media out of other filters into this. And that will just help the cycle get going. It'll help colonize the beneficial bacteria inside this canister. I just find that it helps out a lot in getting your tank started. You don't necessarily have to do that, but I've found that it does help a little. Now, normally this is the part of the video where most people tell you what fish will go in their tank. I'm not gonna do that. I still haven't fully decided on what I'm going to stock it with. I have a pretty good idea, and I'm 99% sure I'm going to go with this option. But because I'm not 100% sure, you'll have to wait till the next video to see. All right, now last thing before we fill this tank, I promise, I will be adding some Bucephalandra into this tank in a couple key spots to add some complementary details to the hardscape. It won't be the primary plant. Obviously, that's the dwarf hairgrass and the weeping moss. But I think it will add a nice little bit of detail into some of the sections. All right, so that's all I've got, which means it's time to get out the siphon and fill this tank up. All right, guys, so it's been a couple of days since I flooded the tank. Things are looking good. The water is clear. Everything's working exactly like I wanted it to. So that's it for this video, guys. I'll do a quick cinematic piece right after this. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.